Good morning, everyone. It's 9:04 a.m. and this morning we'd like to call a special meeting of the Social Equity Council to order. The purpose of this meeting is to take action on a couple of recommendations from the Reinvestment Committee and the Policy Committee. So I'm going to call the roll for attendance, and we'll start with Andrea Comer.
Present.
Corey Betts.
Present.
Avery Gaddis.
Here.
Sabera Gordon. Michael Jefferson. Ojala Naeem.
Present.
Mark Pelka.
Present.
Paulo Robertson, I am here. Julianne Avalon.
Present.
Kevin Walton. Ed Shirley. Kelly Marie Valeris. Melvin Medina.
Present.
Great, thank you. Now I'll ask the chair of the Reinvestment Committee to present her recommendations.
Thank you so much. The Reinvestment Committee met last week to further review remaining proposals for reinvestment. We had already made recommendations for about $4 million in reinvestment and had a remaining of $2 million that we were reviewing. Out of the discussions of the committee, we have two recommendations. The first one is to grant $1 million to the Hispanic Federation for reinvestment within Hartford. And then the second is $1 million for the Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut. So at this time, I'll make a motion separately and then we can have discussion. So I'd like to make a motion to approve $1 million for the Hispanic Federation for reinvestment within Hartford.
So move, Corey.
I guess that was a second because I made the motion.
Oh yeah, okay. Second, I'm sorry.
So any discussion on that? And then I'll let the chair call the vote.
Through you, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Okay.
Sorry, were these applicants part of the original RFP? Okay.
Yes, they were. We did not finish reviewing all of them in our first set of recommendations and had some further sort of questions we need to work through. So they were part of the original RFP.
With that said, then
Sorry, I just want to clarify. The Hispanic Federation was part of the original RFP. The Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut, we were lacking representation from that part of the state. So that did come through as we recognized that we were missing representation from there.
Any further discussion? Okay, then with that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed? And any abstention?
I abstain. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Avalon. With that, the motion carries.
I'd also like to make a motion to approve $1 million for the Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut for reinvestment.
So move.
Any discussion?
I'm sorry, just point of order was Corey's the second? Okay,
I made the motion, so I think Corey's was a second.
thank you.
And we are at discussion. Any discussion at all? With that said, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I abstain. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Avalon. With that, the motion carries.
Thank you so much. That was all of the recommendations coming out of the Reinvestment Committee.
Bear with me one second. Let's see, I guess right now then we'll move to the grant making partner recommendations. Now I will look for the motions. I'm sorry, just kind of following through. Do we have anything from motions from Reinvestment Committee, Policy Committee? Ed Shirley, is Ed Shirley with us?
Mr. Chair,
I'm
so
sorry.
the good chairman of the policy committee is not able to join us today, but the policy committee did meet last week and they did convey their recommendation through our office. If you allow, I can present that for the council to consider and take action on it.
Okay, so would you move forward that Attorney Petrivi?
Yes, Mr. Chair. So the policy committee recommend that the council vote to take a position on HB 6700. That should cannabis cultivation be open to hemp growers, it should be conditioned by a delayed start for hemp farmers to cultivate cannabis to 2026 and contingent upon an assessment of the market to analyze the risk of oversupply. A fee of $3 million should be paid by hemp growers to cultivate cannabis. There should be a limitation on the number of hemp farmers allowed to cultivate cannabis. No EJV creation should be allowed for hemp farmers, and hemp farmers must submit a social equity plan and workforce development plan, just like everyone else. So if anyone wants to make a motion to adopt those recommendations from the policy committee.
I do not hear a motion.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I believe the motion fails for lack of, the measure fails for lack of a motion.
Thank you, Councilman Gaddis. Further, well, with that in mind, I guess we move on now for the good of the order, unless there's any other discussion or any new business.
Executive Director Clay has her hand up.
Yeah, I just thank you through you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to ask Christina if how this affects the council's or the staff's ability to move forward with discussions and or it's our legislative agenda. So not voting on this or not moving it. What are the implications? Thank you.
I'm not really sure with the technicalities of what we need. I know that I will have discussions with leadership of General Law Committee, and I can share those discussions back with the council.
And so I guess I'm also asking if the council is not by no action taken, that the council is confirming that it is not authorizing us or in agreement with these amendments and having these discussions further with members of the legislature.
Through you,
Point of
Mr.
order.
Chair.
Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead, Councilman Gaddis. You got it.
Point of order,
Councilman
Mr.
Gaddis.
I don't want to get into hypotheticals or how we may feel about certain situations. Our posture and response was to the situation that was before us. How we feel as a collective about the staff's engagement and whatever was just mentioned by the executive director is something I really haven't given thought, and I don't really like how the question was framed.
I apologize. There was no disrespect intended. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Councilman Gaddis. Councilwoman Comer, you have a statement.
My sentiments were similar to that of Councilman Gaddis, just, and at the end of the day, there was a request for a motion. The motion was not called. I think that's what gets communicated to the General Law Committee.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Well, for that, we'll move now to good of order. If there's any other new business, and if not, I will call a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all. Really appreciate the time, the effort, and the time you've taken today. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.